know that it was, Google worthy. Okay, welcome back to another video. My name is Cece, and today we're going to talk about celibacy, movement that women are taking now in their 30s and 40s. In this movement, in this new movement of celibacy, right? I recently got something like maybe it was actually before the new year. And I'll put it here for you to see. But this ran across Google. Now, I didn't know that it was, Google worthy that Keisha Cole declared that she was going to be celibate for the new year. Ain't that something, Google? I guess, I'm trying to understand, Google, what was the big hype about, about Keisha Cole declaring that she's going to be celibate in 2022. So let's talk about it, ladies. So some things that I actually want to point out with my celibacy journey, which actually started in my probably mid to late 30s. I've never been the type of girl put aside her femininity and just be like, you know what? I'm here for it. Like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Men do it, so why can't I? I've never been that type of woman, but just myself navigating life, I just knew that it wasn't something that I wanted to be connected to. And you know what? Skin. I have this thing about skin. I don't know, but I do. I have this thing about skin touching skin, and I don't know what it is. I just have this thing about, is everyone clean? Skin carries diseases or infections in skin, things like that. It's the largest part of the organ of the body. So yeah, I just have in my head, it's not a good picture. To this celibacy thing. So again, Keisha Cole declared that she's going celibate in 2022. This is something that I've done for I would say about 8 years, 7 years, give or take. I ain't gonna lie. It have been some little bit more likely than not that I have been celibate for about 7 or 8 years. I'm pretty much like a old-fashioned girl, like all this sneaky link and whatever. I grew up in the era where women just don't tell their business. Like, it don't matter what you do. I understand that, younger women or females, that's what they do, to tell is to be vulnerable, is to relate, is to this and that. But how I grew up, women don't tell. I've never been the type that was a sneaky link type of girl. I don't even know how that occurs. I try to ask my kids, and I don't know if they know. I don't remember if they've actually told me what a sneaky. Maybe they just embarrassed and don't want to tell me. I don't know. To move on. So why are us women? Why are we now, relating to the fact that we're not doing nothing no more? We're not going there. We want to keep ourselves to ourselves. And not that sex is not a beautiful thing. I think sex in terms of why women open up that way has been questioned. And not questioned by the public, and not questioned by men, of course, but just questioned by ourselves. Like, I just don't feel like it's really love there. Like, I may feel love deeply, but to a man, it's certainly, a difference. It's certainly a difference in the way he loves you, the way he has sex with you, the way, if he's promiscuous himself, the way he may play the act for one woman and then another act for the same woman. And it's just a lot of drama there. And one reason why I became celibate is because of all the confusion and the drama. So I'm going to give you my 10, I wrote down 10 different reasons why I became celibate in my mid to late 30s and then now in my 40s. Number one on my list is the transference of power. Now, back when I was young, I would see certain things. Like, I would see, like, physically, and I think I was just going through, I was getting little intuitions of my spirituality at that time in my late 20s, mid to late 20s. But I can actually see the transference of my energy and my power over to that man. Let me just explain. Like, you've been dating this person for a while. You know his tendencies. You know what his personality is, and he may be shy, timid, whatever. Then after that, right after, it would happen to me like, I don't know, God would just let me see this. Just literally my spirit and my energy just come out, and then it just go like, you ever seen those movies? That's what I'm talking about. Like when you see the movie and like a spirit, like someone gets knocked down or hit by a train, and then their spirit just get up and look back and then walk forward. That's what I'm talking about. Like, seriously, I could actually see that. And again, I just think I was coming into my own spiritual awakening at that time, where I would just know it, just little things that I would definitely notice and pick up on. But I like to keep my energy and my power to myself, because to me, once I give that away, and I'm not going to say give that away, once I make the decision that I want to share that with that particular person, then it weakens me. Not my ego being weakened, but it weakens me spiritually. And then it moves over to that other person. And, they be walking tall and walking strong. Like, what? You was just, okay. Number two is that my needs were not being met. Sex can hide a lot of things. It can hide a lot of things in the relationship, and it can also create false sense of security in a relationship, if that makes sense to you. So I'm really, really big on my needs and just having more compassion for myself nowadays. And I it's gonna really take a very special person to put me back in that choice frame of mind where I choose. Number three on my list is that growing up, sex for me and being intimate was not introduced through maturity, meaning I didn't go through healthy relationships, if you want to call it. I didn't go through any healthy relationships in order to build that maturity level for sexual activity. I remember the first time, like in probably high school, late, maybe junior, senior year in high school, I had a boyfriend at that time, and he was basically like, we're gonna have sex. And I was just like, okay, and even before then, I'm a product of, how should I say? I am a product of just being handled incorrectly as a young child, teenager, young adult. I'll just say that to be very uh, clear. So growing up that way throughout those years, and then to have a boyfriend and he just says, okay, we had sex. I never made the choice of yes or no from the very beginning. Being introduced that way, I've never made the choice with him in high school or with what I was put through as a child, young adult, or teenage. And number 4 for me is that sex seems to be a commodity these days. I mean, everybody has a sexual part. Everybody has their own desire. Everybody has their own time. Whatever. It just feels like it's a commodity and nothing's rare anymore. It's very rare to find a woman, especially in her 30s or her 40s, that is celibate. I know that back in the days when I would tell like a guy, and still to this day, when I tell a guy that I'm single and I don't have anyone, they think I'm lying. Like, what do I have to lie about? Really? What do I have to lie? I don't. Who lies about, oh, well, I guess deceitful people will lie about having a boyfriend, but I don't. So that's what that is. But it is not, it's so common that it's not rare anymore. So I just feel like I want that rare type of love and intimacy. I want it genuine and I want it rare. Number 5. Now, back in the day, I had a very, very tumultuous soul tie with a person, with this particular boyfriend, ex-boyfriend that I had. It was very, very I think sex led that relationship a lot. And back to the smoothing over, back to the false sense of security, I really think that it had a lot to do with that. But I'm not in those type of soul ties anymore. I'm grateful, to God for everything that he put me through. I thank that young man for all the experiences. And, I have no hard feelings, because the only thing that you can do is certainly learn from the things that happen in your life and move forward, not move back or not move with hate in your heart. It just, if it didn't work out, it just didn't work out, Be grown and keep it moving. Number 6, again, so many people hide behind sex and just use it as a blindfold. I mean, sex is something that's done without even thinking. Like,
I just had sex with that person. I mean, we had sex again. Like, I thought I was mad at him.
Or I thought I was, trying to prove a point. And it's just a blindfold. That's just the statement. That's the blanket statement. It puts blinders on relationships. Number 7. Because I have been doing a lot of soul searching, a lot of prayer, a lot of meditation, a lot of coming to my senses of who I am, my contribution, blah, blah, blah. My contribution to myself and to the world, to my kids, to my grandkids. With all that being said, I want a man that's on my level. To make that pretty clear, I want someone who is walking the same path as me, that's very parallel. He does not have soul ties. He has had time to actually think about himself in terms of a relationship and his contribution to a relationship, to a woman, and really be one with his wants. Like, really be clear and really, like, I'm telling you, he got to be deep into himself, and knowing the same way that I treat myself is how he treats himself. He's not going to be for everybody. He's not intertwined with women just because he hasn't found that one. He's not wasting his time with all this other stuff in order to pass the time. He's mature enough to know that patience is what's going to get you what you want. I want to say number 8 is really just a statement. My celibacy movement is just bigger than what I could ever share in the flesh. I am bigger than what I could ever share in the flesh. So that's just a statement, but I did want to get it out there because I don't know about you, but that's just the way I feel. I have more qualities. Like, I want somebody to fall in love with me, fall in love with my mind first. You know, get to know how smart I am in certain things. Just be into me and not into me as a motive to get into my pants. You know what I mean? Just be genuinely into me. That's what it is. Number 9. Again, relates to number 8. Just being interested in me and not my body. Like, don't give me, like, men will, you can tell when men are, you know, I need a man that's going to have some self-control. I do not need you to be giving me the elevator eyes when you first meet me. I'm just not into that. I want a man that has patience and a sense of control. Patience and a sense of control. 10 on my list. I want love and intimacy to be genuine. I don't want the power couple status. I could care less about the power couple. Now I'm gonna tell you, though, you can't come to me broke in, or just not willing to compromise, set in your ways, and just ready to create destruction as quick as you can. I'm not gonna allow it. It ain't gonna happen. Those are my 10 reasons why I'm celibate, why I continue to be celibate, and just continuing on my spiritual awakeness and just vibing with myself, so that I know when I call for it, when I put it out there into the universe, I'm sure that the universe will deliver. So see you on the next video. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe on this video. Again, I am Cece. I'll see you in the next one.